Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So something a bit different for us today. Now this is not a gas blowback, as you can tell. This is actually a Tanaka. If we look on this side, we can see manufactured by Tanaka Works. So this is a Tanaka m700 takedown, which, as you notice here, there is no barrel, because this is the barrel. It has this lug system on the back to lock it in place. So this is a boneyard. I got this, and I'll be honest with you, I've been on the hunt for a nice bolt action to go with my collection. I do have a Barrett Fieldcraft, and it is the stainless and wood version. What I wanted to do is to, with the Fieldcraft, create a bolt action rifle that I could run sort of suppressed, if you like, nice and quiet and sneaky, so that I could, use it. Unfortunately, that is a bit louder than I expected, and also FPS is quite high, which is fine. I have a problem with that, but because of that, it is quite hard to cock. Now this is a gas sniper, so when you cock the action, there is literally nothing in there that is difficult to pull back. You're literally just drawing the bolt back with one finger, forwards again, and then cocking the action. Now notice at the moment I've just cocked the action there. There we go, that has engaged this time, and then pull the trigger. So this is why this is boneyard. There's something wrong with this one. This is, again, a gas system. So we have a gas magazine here with a striker on the back. This is all metal. And again, I've heard some great things about these Tanakas. However, none of the great things have been about the takedown model, which is what this is. Now, I really wanted the takedown model because it's different. It's not a normal, sniper. What I really wanted was to have the takedown model, and I can have it in like a case or something like that. Easy to transport about and, do stuff with. However, for whatever reason, these are not very good. But I got it anyway, and I'm going to see if I can do something with it. So, first of all, what I've got to sort out is the fact that at the moment, these cannot go together. The reason why these can't go together is the person I purchased this from, probably with good reason, wanted to change this over to a full stock version, and therefore had adapted it to take a aftermarket hop unit and then another barrel and then put different stock on it. I really want to retain the original though, where it will come down into two pieces. So what I'm going to do today is remove what's been done, hopefully install a set of parts that I got from KJ Works. Now I know this is a Tanaka, and I showed you this already. However, KJ Works make their own version of this, and because of that, apparently all the parts are interchangeable. I don't know this for sure, but I guess I'm about to find out, so you guys can come along the journey with me. So first things first then, I don't need the outer barrel section, but I am going to be working on this section here, because first of all I need to remove this part, which is your hop unit and everything. And also I need to figure out why this is sometimes cocking and sometimes not cocking. Again, I've got a load of parts which should hopefully fix this for me. So first things first, I need to get this apart. Now I've never taken this apart. I have absolutely no idea how it comes apart. I have never messed around with any gas bolt action sniper before. So I guess we're going to be finding this out together, really, because I have absolutely no clue how it comes apart. I think I press this button down here. Yeah, that's it, and the bolt will come out. Now, this is, I believe, what they call a pre-ban version, which, as far as I'm aware, is not a problem to own. Just they can't sell them anymore because it has an adjustable FPS here. So that little wheel there, you can adjust the FPS level, which is a nice thing to have. And to be honest with you, that was one of the things that attracted it to me. So I want to be able to adjust the FPS level because I want to be able to use it, one, in the back garden, and two, at slightly longer ranges. So that is a real benefit for me. So that's interesting. Anyway, we'll get that out of the way. I'm assuming I need to undo these screws here to take this out from the very heavy stock. Bits I did get with this is I've got a nozzle. I don't understand what that's for or for what purpose that serves. And I also have some other parts in here, which again, I have absolutely no idea what they do or what they're for. So yeah, let's have a go. This could be a lot of fun. You guys might not enjoy this kind of content because, again, it's not my usual bag. But, you know, you've got to step out of your comfort zone every now and again, do something a bit different. So I've never worked on one of these before, but I thought it'd be interesting. And, yeah, I like to challenge myself from time to time if there's something a bit different, especially a project that someone's given up on. Sometimes that's not a good idea because generally it will be a piece of junk. But, you know, I'm keen to give it a go. See if we can resurrect it. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of keen to resurrect this and see if we can get it up and running as it was initially intended. I realise they do say these are not very good, and I understand that. But I'm not looking for... You know, I'm not going to be skirmishing it or anything. I just want it because I think it's cool. So that's quite interesting. So yeah, that's why I wanted this and why I wanted to do something with it. Hopefully now that will come off. That's quite a nice little arrangement. And then hopefully this lot will push out the top. There we go. Nice. There is a spacer in there. Okay, so now first things first, let's try and remove this because this is the different hop unit. Well, that wasn't very difficult, was it? That's not even really fitted. So this is an Action Army hop unit. Apparently really good. However, not very good for what I need it for. Now, I think I might already be on to a bit of an issue because I don't think I have all of this here. On the back of this part here, which if I lift that up, that should rotate and come off. I've sat there and played with the action a few times, but that's about it. I know absolutely nothing else about it. So I'm literally just guessing at the moment. Not a clue. Now straight away I can see there's 2 holes here and 2 pins here, so I'm guessing that slides into there, which it does. However, I'm guessing there are 2 pins which normally go through there, which look like could be those 2 pins there. That's convenient. Look at that. Now I've no idea which one's which. Let's have a quick look. See if either... Well, I'm guessing that one goes through this front section. You see there's a little cutout there. So that would probably make the most sense. Yeah, it's got to be the one, hasn't it? Right, so that slides into there. That one goes through there. That one must go through here. Now, they're not punched in place, and I'm guessing the reason for that is because these are obviously internally inside the stock. So they're not going to just come out because there's a stock in the way. So that's my guess anyway. I would assume then that this also goes on the front here, like so. So these 2 screws will then go on. Now, I might have to have this in the stock first for this to work, but I don't know. We're just going to have a go and see what's what. Now, I'm hoping that now means that this front section will lock into place. So that should slide into there and rotate round to there. Yeah, look at that. And then that locks in place. Perfect. Well, even as a toy, that now works 100% better than it did before. And then it just does a 90-degree turn, that comes out. That is funky. I love that. Okay, so that's that. I do kind of want to sort this cocking issue now if I can. I'm a bit confused why I have the cocking issue. I assume because by the looks of things, the internals to this, the striker is steel. The sear, I'm not too sure how it functions. That is our lock to lock the bolt in place, which is what that button does. That is really nicely made. One thing I will always say about Tanaka stuff is that it always blows me away with how stuff is built and how it is made. Really, really good. They do a great job. So I'm guessing that's possibly the sear. Let's have a look on the back of the bolt. Maybe this is really worn. I'm going to have to do one or two things. I'm either going to have to take this apart, try and figure it out that way. I might do the barrel next, because I've got all the hop unit parts. So if I can get the barrel, hop unit, hop rubber and everything in there, and all I've got left to sort is the bolt, that would be ideal. So I think I'm going to put this over to one side at the moment. And I'm going to have a quick look at the... I've got some bits in there. That's interesting. I don't know what half of them do, but there are some bits, which is interesting. So, yeah, I'm going to have a quick look at the barrel and see if I can sort the hop unit issues. So that should come off. Now, there's a screw underneath here I already took out, which then means I can remove the barrel. It looks like I have got a barrel in there, which is interesting. Now, I did order a barrel from KJ Works. The reason why I ordered a barrel is because I don't know if this Tanaka takes a standard style barrel or whether it takes something different. Straight away, having pulled this out, I can see that is different to the barrel I've got. The barrel I have is, oh, look at that, isn't that wonderful when you find stuff like this? That, boys and girls, is a load of electrical tape gone over and over and over and over and over inside that. And that outer barrel, I forgot the state of that outside of that barrel. Well, this barrel then was clearly either has been chopped around and modified or something, I don't know what, or it's not even designed for this gun, which is entirely possible. But I don't recognise this setup from anything else, so it's possible it's supposed to be for this. I have got a few bits. I have a barrel, which is the KJ Works barrel. You can see this is a normal style, hopefully you can see this, AEG style barrel there. So I've got that. And I've got a hop unit, I believe, and all associated parts. Now, KJ Works were really good with getting, I could get in contact with them and try and order parts from them. However, it did come to a lot of money, and I thought, well, I can't get parts from Tanaka, clearly, so I've got no option but to order these. However, they sent me 5 of everything, which is not what I asked them for. I literally asked them for 1 part. So why I got 5 of everything, I don't know. But either way, that's what I got. So springs, some sears. I've got the part for the back of the bolt, which I believe is the part which is giving me problems. I've got the striker, and then here are all my hop unit parts. I've got a washer, don't know what that's for. The hop unit itself, and I don't have anything else. So, don't know. I'm going to have to just figure it out. So I've got a grub screw, I've got a hop unit, which I believe is that, even though I've got nothing that goes in there at all. Is that a nub? Oh, I have got a pin, a pin maybe, or a nub, I'm not too sure. I don't know what that's for, not a clue. Looks like it's a nub. Okay, that's fine. So I will need a hop rubber, which it's a bit of a problem because I don't really have anything AEG, so that means I don't really have AEG hop rubbers. I've got some screws, which is good, and that washer. Other than that, nothing else. Okay. It looks like to get this out, there's 2 screws either side, which I'm probably have to take out and get this out. There we go. That's a nice stock though. I mean, it's very brittle. It feels like almost like Bakelite, but I kind of like that. It's really like authentic feeling. Okay, so got a couple of screws in here, so let's keep them over to one side. So this is that part, which, to be fair, looks no different. I would say that's basically identical, so I didn't even need that. Okay, well, that's fair enough. I didn't need that. So this is the bit which I'm assuming is going to hold our barrel in place. So I would need... Oh, I think I see how this works now. So I'm going to need the barrel to go in there. I'm going to need a hop rubber. And then the grub screw goes through the top there to pin the barrel in place. The nub goes in there, and then there's another one which goes through here, which then adjusts where where it sits, I guess. Now it's got a slot down the side here, which would indicate it's for a VSR rubber, but this barrel doesn't appear to be VSR spec, in my opinion. But maybe it is. Oh, I don't know. It's just no idea. Literally guessing. Let's get a VSR rubber out and see if it will fit. I mean, I'm not being stupid, am I? That does look like... That's got to be VSR. It's got to be. Won't go any more than that. But then this could be a bit of a weird hop rubber because it is a factory one. Well, would you look at that? I've only gone and found exactly what I needed. I have absolutely no idea what this is from. It is covered in all kinds of crap. I've no idea if it's going to be any good or not. It's it's almost like silicone. It can't be a factory rubber, but I've no idea what it's from. However, look at that. Straight on and fits perfectly. I couldn't ask for more. Right. Got to figure out how this goes in now. So that goes in like that, I think. So in there like so. It's got to be in it. It's got to be like that. Now, obviously how it fits and sits in the barrel, I've got no idea. Not a clue. I mean, I'm guessing that that thing supports it. And there's probably a grub screw or something somewhere which just holds it all in place. Because at the moment, that wobbles around everywhere. It looks like there's a hole in the top there, so I'm guessing that goes down and pinches the barrel in position, which seems like a bit of a dumb idea, if I'm honest, but sometimes the dumb ideas work. I don't know what this does. I've got no idea. Literally no idea what anything does. I mean, maybe it's just supported at the end. Maybe. I don't know. That is applying some form of hop. Not a lot, but some form of hop. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. Say that works. Right, that goes into there. As far as I can tell, that's it. Doesn't do anything. Oh no, there's a screw at the bottom. Amazing. Maybe that's full. You know what? One thing I will say for KJ Works is I'm sure Tanaka are not pleased that they copied their design. But boy, am I glad they copied their design, because, you know, otherwise this would be a bloody nightmare. Oh my God, it's actually working. It's actually working, guys. I cannot believe it. That's actually holding it in place. I don't know how I've just winged that, but apparently I have. It's like you actually use your brain for once. So take two, guys. I have removed the inner barrel and hop unit because it wasn't doing me any favours. Hoping. Now the problem is I need to be able to get this outer barrel slipped onto here, but then still be able to do the screws up, which is a bit backwards actually. I don't know quite how you're supposed to do that. Alright guys, so I've got this together now. I had to actually remove the inner barrel, take the outer barrel off, screw the unit down, slide this into place, screw it underneath, which I ended up just using a bolt and a spacer for now. I'll have to figure that out at a later stage. And then slide the hop unit and inner barrel in, and then screw it into place. But actually, that's now holding really well, so that's good. So we've sorted the front section. So this barrel, for example, this bolt, for example, is a little bit of a mystery to me. This is the part which I think is worn. I think. Right, so now one thing I do just want to quickly try is I got supplied this nozzle, which was told was something interesting I'm supposed to use. I'm not entirely sure what or how I'm supposed to use it. It's a custom-made nozzle, he says. That looks kind of rough, that end. I'm guessing that goes obviously around that. So the magazine goes in like that, is my understanding. And that goes into there like that. So there's got to be something to load the BB in, which I would assume is this. Now I've decided to stop the audio here so I can briefly explain what's going on here and what I'm doing and what I ended up doing here, because what I'm actually doing didn't actually work out exactly how I wanted it to. So when I bought this, I was told that the previous owner was converting it to a non-takedown, which is what I'm messing around with there, which is the Action Army hop unit, which was previously fitted. So I thought potentially that what I'm fitting in there at the moment, which I got in my hand there, was the factory nozzle, which is correct. However, as you can see, I'm actually installing it backwards because I didn't really understand how the system worked. So what I decided to do was to install that nozzle in, and obviously because I installed it backwards, I was having all kinds of FPS issues when I completed this initial assembly. I've since figured out that the longer nozzle was a custom nozzle, as I said earlier on in the video, and that it would have been ideal to fit that because that gives you a much more stable FPS. But my assumption was that was custom so that he could convert it to a non-takedown version, which in my brain at the time made sense. So where we go from here is I'm pretty much going to end this section now because it's irrelevant and I don't want anyone else to copy what I'm doing here because I'm doing it incorrectly. I do change this at a later stage and you'll see that in a different video, but we're going to move on to the changing of the striker on the back of the bolt carrot, on the back of the actual bolt now, and then move on to doing some chrono readings and whatnot. And I explain a bit further on about what's going on and where I think the errors are. So I thought I'd just explain this now and you can then understand why I'm cutting this section out. Right, well yeah, it's really worn here. I don't think that's going back far enough, so I think that is the part I need to change. So that would make a lot more sense because that one, oh God, yeah, it's got loads more meat on it. So that is really worn. Right, so I need to change this out. So I'm guessing undo that screw there. Right, so how do I get this apart? I'm guessing it's these two screws. Yep, and that slides forwards. Okay. And then I think I just unscrew it from this end. That'll maybe back that out. Oh, there we go, perfect. Right, I'm going to change that over though. So that can go back in. That part can go back in. And try to wind that in. That's in. Okay, so I guess I have to put this back together now, which is probably going to be tough because it's under tension. Oh, yeah, that's working nicely there. I might just oil that a little bit. So this can now go back in. Have that up. Okay. Oh, that cocks nicely there. Oh, I think this is going to work. Right, so we need to put this back in the stock then. Yep. That dropped into there. Seems to work. Well, let's gas the mag. Okay, so let's put the rifle together first, see if that actually will work. I'm guessing you're probably going to have the bolt cocked to do that. So slide that in. Let's make sure that's open. Lock it into place. Right, it didn't cock though. Okay, so I do have a separate issue then. But we did have, here we go, gas coming out the end of the barrel. Now, what I really need to know is if it'll actually fire anything. So I think we should really try that, shouldn't we? Right guys, so we've got the chronograph set up. I have 3 BBs in the magazine. I have no idea if this is going to work. First of all, it might not even cock, to be fair, so we'll try it anyway. So we can get this to actually cock here. It has cocked. Okay, let's see if it's loaded a BB and if it's going to shoot. Guy, it worked. Yes. We only got 175.4 FPS though. Let's try another one. 227.6. 249.9. Well, either way, we successfully got this working. So this was a boneyard. I had no idea how it went together. Not a clue. So we've managed to get it working again. What I think I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to adjust that wheel inside the bolt. So I've muted this again just because this is the point where I start to realise that something's not quite right. Here I'm adjusting the FPS on the bolt and I get a very pitiful reading from it. So I now start to explain from this point where I realise where the issue is. Okay, so we do have a bit of a problem then in that case. So there's no point in me putting any more through this because it's what's actually happening. Let me see if I can show you. So if we look inside here, we can see here is our bolt going forwards, and you can hopefully see down the front here is the hop unit. Now if I push the bolt forwards, you can see the nozzle there. I'll tip it up a little bit, you might be able to see a bit better. And as I lock the bolt down, you can see there that the nozzle isn't actually making contact with the hop unit at all. So the BB is just sort of resting inside there, and then obviously gas pressure that you're firing down here is then pushing the BB down the barrel because it's got nowhere else to go. So we need this nozzle to be longer. This one though appears to be too long, which it turns out to not be the case. It turns out to be the correct length for this. This is an upgrade part which creates a much better seal in the hop unit, which I'll then find out at a later stage. Okay guys, so my intrigue got the better of me. I have fitted the longer nozzle, so I've fitted that in. It looks like it's considerably higher flowing than the one I had in before, even though the one I had in before didn't really work, obviously. Okay, so let's see if it will cock this time. It's definitely loading a BB this time, which is good. Right, let's see what happens then. Okay, that's better. 399, 400 FPS there, 1.48 joule. Okay, so let's wind that in then. Okay. Oh, okay, 579. Wow, 3.12 joules. Okay, yeah, that makes a difference. So here I'm just going into detail about the adjuster. You can see the nozzle fitted there. It's a lot longer than the original one was because I had the other one the wrong way round as well. But this obviously, as you can see from these, makes a huge difference to the amount of FPS we're getting. .530. 512. Okay, so it's around a similar kind of FPS. Try one more. 558.9. 558.9 again. Well, it's very consistent, that's for sure. So there we go. Yeah, so we've been toying with this, then messing around with it. So you can see at the moment we're sort of around the 558.9 FPS, which 2.9 joules, you know. It's impressive. Now, obviously, I don't suggest you run it at these levels, but, you know, it's nice that it has the ability to do this. So, in the meantime, then, we need to fix the cocking issue because that's really the bugbear of this at the moment. So, I've got a few parts, as I've said. Probably going to be a sear, I would guess, so we need to change that, and hopefully that will sort that out. We've obviously changed this piece, which was very worn. So, hopefully, the bit we put in there will be of use now. We've also got the striker, which we could change if we need to, but I don't think that's going to be worn, but we'll try it. So anyway, guys, any questions, fire away in the comments. If you have any thoughts on what I should do with this or any guidance for me, because again, I'm learning all this fresh and new. I'm actually quite enjoying just, you know, working things out on something I've never worked on before. It's something I do enjoy doing. So yeah, let me know what you think. And as usual, guys, any questions, fire in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.